Hey there, and welcome back to a new video. In this video, I thought, why not let's decode my credit card strategy or my credit card usage of 20, not usage, but strategy for 2026. Uh, if you have been checking my blog or my articles, I posted about my smart wallet or my credit card wallet last year, 2025. So I can, I mean, I don't think so. I should put this in the link in the description, but I will still put it if you want to check it out. But basically, in this article, I shared my experience of using credit cards, how it all started, back in 2021, and what was my current smart wallet setup uh, that I was using in 2025 that helped me get maximum returns out of it. Now, in 2025, I became very serious with credit card reward points. So that's why I started learning, taking up courses that were available online to learn more about the credit card reward system. And now in 2026, I am super ready to use that all learnings that I have gained. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm thinking and why it suits my needs. But if we talk about 2025, I was mainly using three credit cards. The first one was HDFC BizBlack Diners Club. The main reason behind this using this credit card was because I have my own self-employed business and paying taxes, paying utility expenses, or paying anything related to business related stuff, or even your phone subscriptions, your mobile subscriptions and stuff, gives you a very great benefit, right? And if you pay income tax or let's say GST tax using this, you get the let's say accelerated reward points, which was very beneficial for me. So that's why I have it. And the best part was that while people were busy chasing this card, I actually got this card 2 years back or 3 years back, maybe in 2022 or 2023, as a free upgrade. So I don't have to pay any fees on this card, which is one of the luckiest advantage that I get. Touch wood, I hope it stays the same. But now I know that people have to pay around 10K or 10,000 INR as an annual fees to get this card. I might be wrong, but this is what the current scenario that I feel is, right? And then the second card that I was using was American Express Platinum. Now, this card came into my life by mistake because I was at the Mumbai airport and they had this Amex credit card stall there. And suddenly, for some reason, in my heart or in my mind, I just wanted to own an Amex card, and Amex Flat Travel was the decision they decided to give me. My annual fees on this card is somewhere around 5,000 INR plus GST taxes. And honestly, when I learned about the benefits of this card last year, I was amazed that I was not using it to the full potential, but now I have been using it to the full potential and using the card in the right way in terms of spending, in terms of points redemption and stuff. And the third card that joined my list was Scapia. Now, Scapia, I mainly used or mainly got attracted towards of opting of their dual functionality. One, they have a Visa plus a RuPay card combined together. That means that you can actually pay using your UPI by connecting the RuPay credit card to your UPI app. And of course, you can also pay using the Visa card wherever you feel like comfortable. And for me, I am a fan of living my life on credit while I accumulate money and invest them uh, s- in other places, right? So I potentially for my day-to-day expenses, I prefer to spend money using credit cards instead of my bank account because in the bank account I usually spend that money in investing, and usually I follow a chain that when my income gets credited to my account, I try to pay the credit cards. Whatever is left, I invest it so that I am consistent with my money habits. That's why Scapia played a great role because I was able to use the UPI as well. And also, I didn't really had a Visa cards, and sometimes Amex or Diners Club, BizBlack is a Diners Club card. So they're not accepted everywhere. So in order to avoid paying from my bank account, I opted for the Visa card, and I like the, let's say, airport privileges that it provided to me. And I think it's a good backup card for me in terms of using Visa when Amex or Diners Club cards or HDFC Biz Black doesn't work, right? Now, to show you numbers, because I'm a numbers guy as to why I use this tech stack, right? So I'm going to show you I started tracking the ROI from 2024, and let me see if I can just zoom in a little so that you guys can see better. So I started tracking this ROI since 2024, and in 2024, these were my three main cards. So HDFC BizBlack, Amex Black Travel, and Axis Atlas is there. I still feel bad that I decided to cancel my Access Atlas because I didn't have much knowledge about how to use it in 2024, and they had an annual fees of 10,000, which I thought was not worth it. But then when I learned about its benefits in 2025 by the pros of credit cards in India, I realized that okay, I made a huge mistake, and then after that, just discontinued the card. So I feel really bad about it, right? But nonetheless, there are much better cards out there as well. I might aim for Access Magnus one day, but for now, I am happy with the first two cards that are still with me. So on an average in 2024, I made 6% return. The highest was HDFC BizBlack, followed by Amex, and then followed by Axis. Axis is low mainly because I was not using it in the right way, and that's why the ROI is low, and I had to close it. Then in 2025, as I showed that I had three cards. So HDFC BizBlack, I was using, I got 7%. Amex Black Travel, I got 7%, which is good enough. I was this, yeah. So Amex Black Travel, I got 7%, and Scapia Federal Card, I earned 8%, slightly 1% higher than the other two. And on an average, I got, let's say, 7% return, so 1% year-on-year growth, right? And in 2026, I mean, it's the year is still starting, so we're going to discuss the strategy of how I'm using it. Now, a word of a disclaimer, sorry, not a word of caution, but a disclaimer that these are not the only three cards that I own. I actually own few other cards, but those cards are mainly for perks based and or milestone based, and they are not really uh, not the core cards that I use for my let's say my spending, right? And I'm going to discuss that exactly how am I using it in this new tab. So if I talk about the first card, MX Plat Travel, the purpose of this card is simple. One is to buy gifter vouchers to give you an advantage of earning 3x reward points. So if people who don't know what gifter is, it's basically a uh, gift cards voucher platform. So if you go and search for Gifter Amex, make sure that you search for Gifter Amex exactly to exactly go to the Amex let's say website, because Gifter has partnership with other banks as well. So in order to go to their specific bank's website, you have to search exactly, for example, Gifter Access, Gifter HDFC, and all those things. So Gifter has this partnership with Amex where depending upon the cards that you own, right, you get triple the reward points versus the usual reward points, right? So, for example, if I own Amex Platinum Travel, or if I own Platinum Reserve, any voucher that bought from the gifter platform, for example, Amazon gift card, Swiggy, Lenskart, Interloons, or any other which is available, I get 3x the reward points, which is way, way better than directly swiping the card at that particular shop, particular, let's say, booking website, or wherever you're buying something online or offline, right? So coming back to the credit card strategy, Amex has those gifter vouchers, and basically I usually buy Amazon Pay gift cards. I use that to pay for multiple stuff, such as my Uber, anything that I buy from Amazon. Uh, if I'm buying from a different e-commerce website and it accepts Amazon Pay voucher, I connect my Amazon wallet and basically pay using that. So for me, it's a good deal because I use Amazon quite a lot. I'm a, let's say, loyal follower of Amazon or a customer, just because I like their service. Customer support is to the notch. They don't ask too many questions, and they simply help you out as much as possible. So, for one, Amex Plat Travel is really great, and I don't really want to upgrade to any other Amex and increase my fees, mainly because this card also has a milestone benefit where if you spend a certain amount of money, you receive a certain amount of points. So, for example, in Amex Black Travel, you have two milestones. So, the first milestone benefit is somewhere between let's say, I'm not sure exactly what the amount is, but there's a milestone where if you achieve that, you earn 7,500 points. And if you speak to the support, they give you additional 7,500 points. And then the final milestone, of which is an upper amount of 4 lakh rupees, if you achieve that, you get additional 10,000 plus 10,000 if you tell support that, hey, I have achieved my milestone benefit of spending 4 lakh rupees in an annual year before the card's membership is due, right? And then basically, not only this, you get 3x reward points and you get these milestone benefits. Simply, you can easily earn 7 to 8% on this card by spending it correctly, as you have seen in my tracker. You can earn more as well, depending upon your own spends. But then for me, I mainly buy gift vouchers for Amazon, sometimes Swiggy, and sometimes if any other is needed. But if you are using for Blinkit, if you're using for some other platform that you constantly use, and if there's a voucher on the gifted platform, I think you can earn really great money. Now, you can transfer these points to multiple partners, but for me, the best partner is Marriott Bonvoy, mainly because they have a 1:1 ratio. Now, basically, you need to have 100 points in order to convert it to 100 Bonvoy points. That's the minimum criteria. But for me, as a guy who travels a lot and has to stay in hotels and sometimes Airbnb, hotels are always cheap. Sorry, hotels are always expensive, not cheap. And in order to save money on that, if you're going for a vacation or if you're going for a work trip, paying through points is something that I would always prefer. Even though I can easily get the refund of staying in a hotel from my company, but then again, that money is additional. I can spend this point to get a free, let's say, a free stay as much as possible and enjoy the luxurious lifestyle of Marriott hotels. So for me, Amex Flat Travel has one simple rule. It's a card for hotel redemptions, specifically Marriott Bonvoy as a partner, where I can convert my points into Marriott Bonvoy points and use Marriott Bonvoy's application to book luxurious stays if I'm going on a vacation or a work trip, right? Then the second condition is that I'm a big fan of Etihad Airways. I prefer it to use because I find it more, let's say, reasonable in terms of pricing versus any other luxurious flights. If you talk about Emirates or some other flights which are expensive, and I like their service as well. The food is good, the support is good, the ticketing system and everything. The entire tech stack that they use is pretty good, and this is my secondary redemption partner. So let's say if I have to visit and if I want to, let's say if I'm getting a good deal of points when I'm booking a ticket, then I can easily convert my Amex card to Etihad points at a 2:1 ratio. So basically, every 2 point it will equal to one Etihad guest point. But the minimum criteria is that I have to transfer at least 1,600 points from Amex in order to get 800 guest miles, or else I won't be able to transfer the points. So Amex Flat Travel, as the let's say the card says travel, I mainly use it for travel related stuff. So Marriott Bonvoy and Etihad Guest, that's what the entire point strategy is, right? Then HDFC Bizplack. Now, as I said, this is purely a business related card. So if you have tax payments, GST payments, utility payments, anything related to office, internet, Wi-Fi, anything, you should use this card to pay for it, and definitely use SDFC's Smart Buy or Payz app. Sorry, or definitely use HDFC's BizBuy, not BizBuy, but Payz app in order to make these payments because you get accelerated reward points. And if you're paying, let's say, if you're spending at least 50,000 rupees on this card every month, uh, on the applicable transactions, you can get additional 7,500 points from this particular card alone, right? So this is for me is a great. I'm not able to achieve the extra 7,500, but I definitely use it for all my tax payments, utility payments, and stuff. And I'm happy with the redemption point. And the best part about this card is that it has a HDFC has a smart buy portal from where you can easily redeem these points. So you don't have to always transfer it to different partners. If you are getting a better deal at the HDFC Smart Buy in terms of flights, tickets, trains, shopping vouchers, and stuff like that, you can easily just use the points there and get the best benefit out of it. The only problem with HDFC Smart Buy is that you can only redeem 70% of points per purchase. So you can't really redeem 100% of it, which is a limitation. But then again, 70% is pretty great, and 1 point is always equal to 1 rupee. So the conversion ratio is pretty awesome, and I'm happy to pay the remaining 30% as long as I'm getting the best deal, right? So this is my strategy for SDFC Biz Black. Then I have Scapia Federal. As I said, this card that I added in the last quarter in Q4 2025. And once again, this is also a milestone benefit. For me, The only thing that I'm going to use it for is Scapia app airport privileges, where once you achieve, earlier it was achieving rupees 10,000 on the Visa card or rupees 15,000 on the RuPay card as a monthly spend. You get airport privileges unlocked, where you can pretty much get accelerated rewards up to rupees 1,000 for any restaurant that you dine on, or you can access their airport lounge. But this is only for domestic airport, which I should mention, not the international. So Scapia app domestic airport privilege. Now, this month they have changed their policy. So let's say now, instead of making 10,000 spend on Visa or 15,000 on RuPay, they have clubbed the amount together and said that, hey, in total, if you made 20,000, if you make 20,000 spends monthly on your credit card, whether it is made from UPI, Visa, or combined, you will receive the domestic airport privileges. For some people, uh, that is looking as a devaluation, but for me, I think it has made my life a bit easier, because since I use UPI quite a lot for on my RuPay credit card, for me, it has made my life more easier to just understand that, hey, I just need to spend 20,000 irrespective of the card, and uh, I will get my domestic airport privilege, right? And then the additional thing that they have added is that if you book directly an international ticket, which is minimum 50,000 rupees, from the Scapia app, you will also now start getting the international airport privileges, which is basically the lounge accesses, I believe. So for that, I think it's a okay upgrade. Like the international part, not really that attractive, because if you are booking with your own different points, that is still a better thing. But I think the 20,000 spend is something which is really good, and I really like that change that they have made. The only problem with this card is that the redemption ratio is very bad. You can only redeem points on the app, which is totally fine, because the app is like a it's like something which is made specifically for the traveler. So you can book experiences, different tickets about different monuments and different places. You can even buy visas, like online visas, wherever it is applicable. You can also book airline tickets, train tickets, and stuff like that. And then you can use your Scapia points for booking these things, or you can directly pay using your Scapia Visa card and get 20% extra reward points. But then again, the redemption ratio is very bad when compares to other cards that I have. So 5:1. So five Scapia points will equal to 1 rupee, which is okay deal. And for me, as I said, Scapia is a card which is like a backup in case the Amex or SDFC is not accepted somewhere offline, and that's why I use it there. I use the UPI card wherever I can only use UPI, so I'm happy with that. So for me, Scapia is always going to be a backup card until unless they change the redemption ratio and make it more attractive. The ultimate goal is to get the, let's say, airport privileges unlocked. So whenever I'm going to travel domestically, I can easily access the airport domestic benefits, right? So that's my top three cards that I have been using. Then I have two additional cards, which are part of my stack. One is SDFC Swiggy. The only reason that I bought this card was to get the 12 months Swiggy One membership. That's it. And if when I'm gonna renew this card, if the perk of having this 12 month Swiggy membership free is no longer there, I'm probably gonna cancel it. So this is basically a perk only card where I only have to wanted to offer Swiggy One membership because I use Swiggy quite a lot. I find it much better and economically pocket friendly versus Zomato. And plus, I only have to use one app to book buy groceries or order food, and I love the Swiggy One membership as well. So that's why that's the only purpose of this card and nothing else. And the final card is SDFC Marriott Bonvoy. Once again, this is only a perk spend card to get me the silver status on the Marriott Bonvoy. As I said, I travel quite a lot, and 50% I'm staying in Airbnb, and 50% times I am staying in hotels. And hotels are not always cheap, right? Especially if you are in Europe and traveling to Europe countries like Spain or Italy and nearby stuff. The per night cost in euro is insanely high. Plus, these days, INR and euro are not at the best terms, and the devaluation of INR more and more as the year is progressing is not a good sign. So that's why you should try to maximize as much benefits as possible and also enjoy the luxury of European or US or foreign hotels as much as you can, right? So I use HDFC Marriott Bonvoy simply for silver status, and then I get one free night at any hotel, which is worth 15,000 points. And then again, the idea is to club this with my Amex Black Travel and transfer my Marriott Bonvoy points to book more better luxurious stays, right? So this is basically a purely perk only card and maybe milestone benefits if I want to do that. But this I learned last year with by attending different credit card courses, and I thought, okay, this card, the annual fees is just 5,000 rupees. Not that bad. I mean, it's basically a cost of one night, and in one night, I'm getting one free night worth 15,000 points at the hotel, and plus the Marriott's Bonvoy Silver status. And because I travel quite a lot, I can easily uh, reach the highest status in 2026 at least, and that's what my target is to from silver to reach. I think the next tier is the gold tier for to increase my membership perks and stuff at the Marriott Bonvoy in the Marriott Bonvoy program. But doing a quick conclusion, so three cards which are going to be my core card will be Amex, HDFC, and Scapia. I'm going to stick to them for this for Q1 26. I might change if something better comes up in Q2. So, for example, Etihad has now, let's say, partner with Bank of Baroda to launch their own co-branded cards and receive uh, points, Etihad guest points whenever you make a spend. But the let's say the criteria of achieving those points is very very not attractive towards me. So maybe I'm not going to opt for that card right now. But if they improve the uh, uh, criteria of earning points faster for Etihad guests and help you achieve a better status in the Etihad guest program, then I might opt for it. But then again, the idea is to get the best deals on the credit cards and the best redemption points. And right now, for me, are these three. The rest, let's see what the year holds. A lot of changes are happening in the credit card market in India. New credit cards getting launched, existing pro ones getting devalued. So this year is going to be an interesting one. But nonetheless, this is my overall tech stack that I'm going to follow for at least this quarter and see how that works out for me. And then end of the year, how much return it makes for me. So thanks for watching. And if you want to share your own credit card strategy, let me know down in the comments. If you have any questions around credit cards, let me know. And I will try my best to answer it. I'm not a pro, and I am in no way uh, let's say, an advisor who can give you the best advice. So don't think this as an advice that I'm giving. This is mainly something that I am giving as an experience that what is my experience so far using credit cards and why am I using these three credit cards. So once again, thank you for watching, thank you for visiting, and see you next time.